Today in our episode, we will go to the Kyokushinkai Karate World Championship. We will talk with one of the best breakdancers of the planet, Killa Kolya. And also, we're going to attend an open training of Paralympic swimmers. Friends, we are in the capital's palace of Jibek Sport, where the World Championship on Kyokushinkai Karate is taking place right now. About 300 athletes representatives from 54 countries of the world are fighting for the title of the strongest one. And this is happening in one of the most spectacular kind of sports. Let's start. The fourth World Championship in Kazakhstan capital brought together not only the best athletes but also the leadership of the World Karate Federation. Just the day before the start, they shared with their forecasts. I believe the level of championship will be higher than ever before. I also think that it will be very interesting for us to see the performances of athletes from Kazakhstan who have a very solid team, and I think that they're extremely strong. Today I met with Kazakh athletes and their coach, and he told me that if our guys do not win, we will have to make harakiri. Kazakhstan team is the largest one at the World Championship. It has 30 representatives in 8 weight categories for men and in 6 weight categories for women. These are the rules of Kyokushinkai World Union. Host country could have up to 2 athletes in 1 weight category. All other countries have only 1. We often hear the news that Kazakhstan karate athletes successfully performed abroad, and then there is an opportunity to look at them in action. Our expectations were fully met. Just 5 Kazakhstan athletes made it to the finals following results of the first day of competition. Kyokushinkai karate originated in Japan, but today it is especially popular in post-Soviet countries. Despite the fact that this is not an Olympic sport, there are more than 8,000 people who are doing karate in our country. Tell me, why is Kyokushinkai karate so attractive? There is a justice. There is a very decent type of sport. You cannot beat the fallen athlete here. Cannot hit in the face with hands. Each athlete respectfully behaves in relation to the opponent here. Therefore, I'm a fan of karate. Friends, these are awards received by athletes for their places at the World Championship in Nur-Sultan. This is the 2nd and 3rd place. Guests from Iran are with us. It is quite heavy and solid. This is award of the 3rd place. I think it will be placed in a prominent place in the athlete's home. 10 athletes from Kazakhstan were 1 step away from the finals and automatically became bronze medalists. The main competitors in decisive fights were Russians. Their fighters did not lose and they confidently reached the finals. In the first such confrontation, Yerkebulan Beyshimbayev lost to Artur Krymov. Lyudmila Ustugova from Kazakhstan participated and reached the lightweight final among women. She confidently won over Beth Rowlands-Haley from the UK. World Championship Lyudmila Ustugova, the girl from Almaty. Luda, we did not doubt you. What emotions come up for you? The best ones. Still do not have an awareness of what has happened, but we strived for it. We prepared and knew who are the favorites. And we did it. How were you getting ready to the finals? As usual, the most important thing is confidence. I won for myself, for my family, for the coach, and for Kazakhstan. This fragile little girl was recognized as the most technical fighter of the World Championship. After all, it is certainly her day. Alimgul Sabirkhan, the name of another world champion from Kazakhstan. In the final, Agata Winiarska from Poland became her rival. Alimgul left her with no chance for victory. Since this championship is being held in our homeland, I had 10,000 times more responsibility. I had worthy opponents as they were former world champions. But this time the luck was with me. I am very grateful for my parents, partners and coaches. Cannot describe this with words, everything is inside. You lost your voice, did you shout? I lost it sincerely yesterday. Today it is completely gone. Thank you all for your support. This day will be memorable for Vladimir Artyushin as well. This athlete was stronger than the Bulgarian Christian Dojchev and brought the third gold to Kazakhstan. Our another athlete, Yekaterina Gurova, was given an individual award for the strong will to victory. As a result, Kazakhstan has 3 golds, 2 silver and 10 bronze medals, and also a successful organization of the World Championship. Further in the episode, an interview with one of the best breakdancers of the world, Nikolai Chernikov, about popularity, dance school and Olympic ambitions. Hours of flight, competition and daily training. The life of Nikolai Chernikov from Kazakhstan is not much different from the life of an Olympic athlete. But there is one key difference. Nikolai is a professional breakdancer, well known in the world under the pseudonym Killa Kolya. He is officially in top 16 best dancers of the planet, and most recently he returned from the World Championship, where he was one step away from the title of the strongest one. Nikolai, I'm happy to welcome you. How is the recovery going, and is it necessary to take vacation after such competition?
Конечно же, все замечательно проходит. Я очень
Everything goes great. I'm glad with the way I performed. Vacation is what you need after such type of competition.
как раз-таки то, что нужно после вот такого
I had a wonderful vacation on Goa, sunbathed and swam a little.
замечательно провел. На Гоа съездил, отдохнул, погрелся, покупался.
They welcomed you as a national hero.
Да, я, конечно, удивлен был такой.
Yes, I was surprised. Friends, students and their parents came to meet me. I even saw people whom I did not expect to see. It was very nice.
Увидеть меня, встречали. Потому что это было очень приятно.
Расскажите о сути соревнований. Какой вообще формат?
Could you tell us about the format of competition? As I understand, one dancer comes against another. How is the tournament organization?
Организовано это.
Ну, это классическая форма.
This is the classical form of one-on-one competition.
Проходит множество чемпионатов.
So many championships are held on the basis of this form. This is the most prestigious one.
Изначально проходит отбор по странам.
The initial selection took place in every
Я
country.
проходил отбор.
I passed the local selection in Kazakhstan, then passed their own selection, and got finally there.
Но есть ряд участников, которые получают.
There were a number of
wildcard,
participants who
сразу
received a
участие
wild card.
без всяких
There were
отборов.
14 of them in general. I became the 16th.
человек. Я стал 16-м
That means the two of us
сбора
passed
прошло
the last
7
selection.
отбора, который проводился за 2 дня до этого чемпионата.
Ну, получается, у вас опыт уже есть.
You have already participated for 3 times and 2 times got in the top 16.
16, получается.
Yes. How difficult it was to get to the finals this time.
Ну, скажу так, что было совсем несложно. потому
It was
что
not difficult
я
at all.
реально настроился,
I let go
я
of all
всё
thoughts I had,
всю
let go
мысль
my affection for victory.
победе.
The only thing was an
Немножечко
excitement
волнения
before the
было
first
перед
battle,
первым
because
батлом,
I
потому
was
что
immediately
я
put
сразу
against the
ставил
last year's world champion,
прошлогодний
Boy
чемпион
Lilu.
мира, Бибой Лилзу.
I thought that everything will go smoothly if I
Поэтому
passed
тогда
this
я
battle.
всё-таки задумался так, если я пройду
At the end, everything turned out in the favorable way. He became for me like a door to the finals.
дверью, открытой дверью в финал сразу.
We watched the final for several times, want to watch it again. Most people in comments do not agree with the judges' decision. Do you think that it is your victory?
Я не проиграл, я, наверное, просто не выиграл.
I did not lose, instead I simply did not win this championship.
Эти судьи, и они отдали победу ему.
If there were other judges, perhaps the victory would be mine.
Моя. Здесь как бы играет еще роль своя политика.
There is still such policy that it is not easy to win an eminent dancer status at major championships.
Знаменитого танцора.
He still has 2 world titles and he is an athlete of team of organizers.
Чемпиона мира, а также он является атлетом самой команды.
How many years have you been dancing?
Брейкданс.
Уже 17 лет. Ну, начинал я в своем родном городе Караганде.
Already 17 years. I started dancing in my hometown, Karaganda. Actually, I was inspired by my brother, who every time after his training came home and started to roll around and try various movements.
интересно стало, он мне начал показывать, я пробовал, что-то начало
I
получаться.
looked at
и
him and it
меня это
became interesting for me as well.
заинтересовало. Затем я пошел
He
учиться.
started to show me movements and then I went to learn breakdancing with him.
Меня вдохновило то,
Afterwards, I was inspired by the fact that breakdance is free creativity.
свободно.
Now, it is recognized as a sport, but first of all, it is creativity. You can create and do whatever you want. Art, creativity, and sport.
Отчасти спорт, но в первую очередь тем, чем он больше привлекает, это творчество, то, что ты можешь создавать и делать все, что ты хочешь.
Не было проблем.
Were there any problems with learning? After all, there was no internet, gadgets in that period of time.
То есть как интернет.
Ну, тогда, да, информации не было, и трудно было ее достать вообще. Но были
Then, there was practically no information. There were videotapes on which we were training, watched and switched on the slow motion.
видеокассеты были заезжены до такой
The tape has worn out a lot. In slow motion, we had to watch each element properly because there were no people who could explain us. It was a completely different time and was even more interesting. You obtain, you have an interest to look for it, and then you were sincerely happy on what you found and opened it with excitement. But now everything is available as it should be.
Радовался, искренне радовался, когда что-то находил или открывал там, ну, нежели как сейчас.
What are What are the three tracks that will lift you up and make you dance?
Ну, наверное, даже не только три трека.
Just any song of Michael Jackson. I'm a big fan of him, and hence I can say that I was inspired by him as well. Thanks to him, I'm dancing right now.
Благодаря ему я танцую.
What do you also like besides music and dancing?
Есть различные увлечения, касаемые там где-то вот я увлекался знанием.
There are various hobbies. Somewhere I was fond of Vedic knowledge.
Это, например,
This is all, for example, about self-development and self-knowledge. Somewhere I was interested in psychology. When you're engaged in such type of activity, when you feel your body well, and some accidents happen with you, you are approaching to learn something, this particular connection. You acknowledge it through yourself and literature as well.
Вот эту связь через себя познаешь и плюс к этому добавляешь какие-то знания, то есть ищешь какую-то литературу, допустим.
Какая книга?
What books has impressed you recently?
Это Рами Блект. Вот название книги я не помню.
This is the book of Rami Blecht. However, I do not remember the name of the book. I read Osho as well. These are the authors who help find a connection between spirit and body.
Какую-то связь найти между духом и телом.
How many guys are training in Capital today?
Если взять нашу студию,
There are a lot of guys even if we take only our studio. I have several groups, other coaches have several groups as well. Coaches are teaching in other studios.
тренера преподают. Ну, достаточно, нормально.
That is, you can seriously make money on
Ну,
dancing.
конечно, конечно. И не только вот сейчас.
Of course, but this includes not only teaching. You may organize championships, judge at the battles, participate in them, and win. There are prize funds.
Участвовать и выигрывать, за это тоже призовые фонды какие-то.
The Yamakasi by Luc Besson became a cult film for parkour development, including in Kazakhstan.
В частности,
What was a cult for breakdance?
брейкданс.
Таких фильмов достаточно, которые
There are a lot of movies that inspire dancers.
танцевать брейки.
I was influenced particularly by Dance Challenge.
Таких фильмов Супер Диджей повлиял на меня очень сильно. Ну,
At that moment, I was already dancing, but it became some kind of inspiration for me.
самым вдохновляющим.
Moreover, there was a dancer in film who inspired me to create my own style.
В роли танцор, который меня вдохновил именно на создание моего стиля.
Did you dance at
В
school?
школе, да.
Yes, I did, of course. The girls must have been hit on you. For example, guys who breakdanced at my school, they were very popular.
Ну да, да, пользовался популярностью у девчат, но... как бы,
Yes, I was popular with the girls.
ты хотел,
But at that age, you are focused mainly on development.
нацелен
I
на то,
wanted to
чтобы
learn
развиваться,
everything.
вот, хотелось это
There was such a period when I was with my head into dancing.
было такое развитие, что вот прям просто болел танцами, можно сказать.
You said breaking for several times, while I'm saying breakdancing. What is the correct one? We call it breaking in our minds, and among other people it is called breakdancing. It is more familiar and understandable to people, but generally it is breaking. If everyone name us as breakers, we call ourselves as b-boys.
Желающих заниматься брейком.
Are there many people who want to do breaking nowadays?
Меняется сегодня.
Да, на данный момент брейкинг
Breaking is gaining momentum after it was recognized as a sport.
признали спортом,
But it has been developed by many a long time before this recognition.
больше развиваться.
Breaking will be in Paris in 2024. This is already official.
В 2024 году
It was recognized as a type of sport. Now we have trial competitions, and the junior ones have been already passed. In parallel, trial competitions are held around the world.
сейчас параллельно проводятся пробные в разных странах.
Are there any chances to get there?
Туда.
Ну, конечно, есть шанс. Да, ну,
Absolutely.
просто
You just need to be on the same wavelengths and be prepared for this moment.
к этому моменту
But are you ready? Yes, for sure.
устроен, да.
Я думаю,
I
что
think you had many barriers in your life, even when you have to find a job.
да? Было такое?
Ну да, да, было такое, когда там люди со стороны говорили, что до сих пор танцуешь, а что...
Yes, there were cases when people asked me, was I still dancing? When I would do serious things.
Какие у меня
I did not pay attention to this. I knew what goals I had, and I was slowly moving towards them. Mom always supported me in everything.
всегда говорила, сынок, давай только вперед, молодец, всегда радовалась.
She said to me, move only forward. She is always excited and happy at my victories. However, my father was somewhat skeptical about this kind of stuff. He was not all for it, but he was not against it either.
Он говорил,
He said that I would finish my education at university and go to work.
в любом случае. Ну и когда я закончил университет,
Anyway, after my university graduation, I came to Astana and began to work on myself more actively.
в этом плане
There were some trips abroad, after which Dad realized that I was taking it seriously.
и тут уже и папа увидел, что, как говорится, я буду этим уже заниматься до конца.
What distinguishes Nikolai Chernikov from Killa Kolya?
Ну, Николай Черников спокойный
Nikolai Chernikov is a calm, modest, and quiet guy.
парень, а Килла Коля это вот, наверное, Килла, когда на сцене, да, я уже там
While Killa Kolya is a killer when he's on stage. I don't stand on ceremony with anyone there. I'm just breaking into battle.
внутри меня живет, наверное, какой-то зверь.
Probably some kind of beast lives
Конечно,
inside me.
да. Это супер, потому что танцы как раз-таки тот род занятий.
Right, dancing is a kind of activity that shows your soul.
И через это, можно сказать,
Through dance, you become relieved. Through dance, you can skip any emotions and thus get great pleasure at the end.
выразить, пропустить и тем самым получить огромнейшее удовольствие, потанцевав.
You took a part in dance television project in Ukraine. Did you enjoy this experience?
Ну, да, это был опыт, но мне не особо понравилось.
Yes, I got experience, but I did not particularly like such type of format of participation. A little bit fake show, mainly because they ask you to tell something or act in their own manner. That is, you cannot be natural. This is all done on purpose so that you may have fans, as the program was watched by many people. I just do not really like such events. I am more keen on expressing myself. And battles are exactly that places where I can do this.
Батлы — это как раз-таки то самое, где я могу это делать.
Who do you think is the best breakdancer of the world today?
На планете, но одного не выделишь.
You cannot single out the one person. There are many of them, as championships are held regularly and someone always wins. Thus, there are always different people. However, I have several dancers who have inspired me. This is B-Boy Crumps, B-Boy Benji. There are many people who are in the top right now. It is hard to select just the one of them.
Их много. Конкретно даже не выделишь.
We wish you to be in the spotlight and always keep winning. Good luck. Thank you. Further in the episode, the Paralympic swimmers will conduct an open training under the leadership of Asian champion and champion of our country, Elmira Aygalieva. Open training is a common thing for soccer players or hockey players, but for Kazakhstan Paralympic swimmers, it is something new. The audience came to see how Siazbek Daliyev, Aidana Aidarova and Ali Tuganbekov will train, warm up and swim 100 meters of front crawl and backstroke. In fact, we do everything through cycles. We have a certain off-season, certain moments when we are preparing for the competition. Therefore, our trainings are prescribed in advance. As for their level, the guys really improved a lot in short terms. Previously, they did not get much attention, much work. Therefore, taking into account that we have individual trainings every day, even 2 times a day, the guys became much stronger. Daliyev is the most experienced one among guys, and thus he is a hope of the team at the upcoming Paralympic Games in Tokyo. However, this athlete does not position himself as a star, but rather talks modestly about plans to get through the finals. In childhood, as a result of an accident, he lost both hands, but did not give up and found his callings in sports. It is quite good motivation as the government began to pay more attention to Paralympic sports. Training facilities as well as sports training centers are opening. I believe that it is now moving to a new level. There are a lot of newcomers. People come here as they are interested in swimming. And mainly because it is good for people with disabilities whose musculoskeletal system is affected. It develops muscles, fosters good sleep and appetite. Team has the young champion Aidana Aidarova, who is promised the glory of a swimming star, and Ali Tuganbekov, well known as a big fan of football. He is friends with Leo Messi, Neymar, Kylian Mbappe and Mohamed Salah. Ali also played football with Diego Maradona and awarded Liverpool the European Super Cup. Now Ali is doing his best on the swimming lane. This boy certainly has patience and determination. I want to become the best swimmer in the world. It is essential to have such own desire. If you're doing sport, you have to make an incredible effort and love it. When he came for the first time, we immediately warned him that we only work and train here. It will be tough and difficult for you, and if you're ready for this, then you may join us. The child opened up to us, made a contact, and he is doing his best. He's really working hard now. There was a competition in Karaganda. I took the 5th place out of 32 participants. Were you proud of yourself? Yes, I guess it is pretty good for the first try. Open training is an event in which the show elements usually prevail. However, this is a real deal for Paralympic athletes. Zulfiya Gabidulina came to support athletes, and the audience applauded them for their skills and love for their work. I would like to take medals at the Paralympic Games and raise the Kazakhstan flag. First of all, it is effort that justifies itself. Secondly, this is the highest victory for the guys. The video of the week completes our today's episode. The capital's Baris is 20 years now. On its anniversary, the club held a ceremony of taking up jerseys of its legendary players. This is probably the most heartwarming video of the season.